Alright, my name is Jordyn Finta, and I'm going to explain to you how to combine the product rule with the chain rule. So we're going to start with a quick explanation of both. The product rule is when you're multiplying f of x times g of x. Well, you need to find the derivative, and the product rule allows you to do this easily. So to find f prime of x, you're going to use the original equation times the derivative of the second equation plus the original second equation times the derivative of the first equation. So you multiply those out, add them together, voila. Then we're going to come to something called the chain rule. Well, the chain rule is set up something like f of g of x. So in order to find f prime of x in this case, you're going to take the derivative of the first function and plug in g of x and multiply it by g prime of x, or the derivative of g of x. So that being said, we're going to come over and we're going to get this equation, x squared sine pi x. Well, you can't use just the product rule. You can't use just the chain rule. You can use the chain rule to solve sine pi of x, and you can use the product rule to do x squared times sine pi of x. Problem is, you need to find the derivative of what would be inside of the parentheses here at pi of x. So to explain this further, we're going to combine the chain rule and combine the product rule. So to set up for the product rule, we're going to do the original function, just like we said over in our little explanation before. We're going to do the original function times the derivative of the second function. And then we're going to do the original second function times the derivative of the first function. However, we need to come back to this because in order to find the derivative of the second function, you have to set what's inside the parentheses equal to k of x, and then take the derivative of that to continue forward. So that being said, we're going to go back one step. So we're going to say the original function x squared times the derivative of the second function, which would be cosine pi x. You need to multiply it by the derivative of what's inside the parentheses, so times pi. And over here, we're not taking the derivative of this second function. So we're taking the second function itself times the derivative of this x squared. So we get sine pi x times 2x. Alright, and continuing forward, I just moved some stuff around here, simplified it, make it a little easier to read. So we're saying y prime equals pi times x squared cosine pi x plus 2x sine pi. Well, to simplify this further, we can pull out an x. So we would end up with y prime equals x times pi x cosine pi x plus 2 sine pi x, and that is our final answer. So here's a quick little overview of the entire problem, how to set it up and how to run through it.